brain and definitely need to be cleared if we need sunshine of happiness on us. We live our lives attached to many myths that takes us away, far away from ground reality, and later due to which we experience deep sorrow and pain. Let's help oneself to find happiness. To move a step closer to achieving true happiness by eradicating all the doubts and living our lives free from excess baggage we carry. The pain and the sorrow we experience due to which does put in a lot of pressure and is unwanted. So let's start the journey to understand relationships better, especially with the one, the special one. You may have thought you had discovered the one, but after attending a few lunches and dinners with your better half, you decide to end the relationship. You are stuck on this never-ending merry-go-round, meeting the most incredible person only to lose them not long after you've gotten to know them. What are the odds of that happening? You are completely spent and on the verge of giving up. You have the impression that perhaps something is wrong with you, and that it is not meant to be in a happy relationship for you, like it is for many of your friends and coworkers. If you feel that despite your best efforts, you are unable to maintain a relationship, then it is important to examine some of the beliefs and expectations you have of your romantic partner. When it comes to relationships, having misplaced expectations can be subjective and biased. These expectations are nothing more than opinions that do not align with the thoughts and persona of the other person. One of the most common misunderstandings we have is that our partner must constantly validate all of our emotions and acknowledge and accept all of our viewpoints. The neurological makeup of men and women is fundamentally dissimilar, and vice versa. Accepting these differences and making room for understanding one another is essential to long-term happiness. The way in which each one of us responds to the various circumstances and challenges that we encounter in life can be thought of as unique. When there is a lack of appreciation in a relationship, it can lead to feelings of irritation and ultimately conflict. Before we discuss further, there is a small task that we all need to do. This task is very simple and will not only help you to have better understanding of relationships, but also give you little clarity on your own thoughts. It will not only give you a strong hold on the thoughts that drive your behavior, but also give you a clearer picture. So all you need to do is take a blank page, divide the page into half, and one side you need to write down 5 expectations and 5 actuals. What is the reality of it? So note down fast, as it will help you to get to the facts, so you have 1 minute to write what comes to your mind. So I am assuming you would have penned down your thoughts. So let's move further. Relationships, be it of any nature, comes with many exceptions. Knowingly or unknowingly, we fall into the trap and our behavior changes to it. And at times it reflects directly on the relationship in the end. The following are some expectations that have no place in any kind of relationship that is pleasant and healthy. 1. It must be the most important thing in his or her life. Before you merged together, each of you had your own existence, complete with relationships, families, careers, and other responsibilities. Despite the fact that you are very important to one another, there is still opportunity in both of your life to cultivate other facets of who you are. 2. We have to be in complete agreement with one another at all times. In order for this to be reasonable, we must always meet the standards set by the other person. Being in a relationship successfully does not require you to continuously seek acceptance an agreement of your decisions in life. Rather, it requires you to have the courage to be who you are and to walk your own path. 3. He owes me the same level of respect that I have for him. You should have sufficient self-love and respect so that you are never in a position where you have to grovel before your spouse for their attention and approval. Taking care of yourself, having faith in who you are, and trusting who you are demonstrates to the other person that you are deserving of the same treatment from the other person. 4. He needs to rely on me just as much as I do on him. If you need someone else, you are implicitly admitting that you are undesired and unworthy. If you respect yourself highly enough, you won't ever need anyone else. 5. The atmosphere in our relationship should be relaxed. Just like in life, there will always be highs and lows, good days and bad days in our relationships as well. Maintaining healthy relationships requires effort, sacrifice, and a willingness to compromise. The amount of work you put into keeping your relationship easygoing will determine the level of ease that your partnership enjoys. 6. If my partner loves me, he or she should adjust their behavior to accommodate me. When you were dating, you adored your boyfriend or girlfriend despite the fact that they had not changed at all. It is unrealistic to anticipate that another person will transform themselves to better suit your needs or conform to the image you have of them. Appreciate your mate just as they are at all times. 7. Be aware of what you're thinking and how you're feeling. Your significant other is not a psychic and may have no idea what you're contemplating at any particular moment in time. It's possible they're lost in their own thoughts and are unaware that you require something at this moment. Say what you need to say. Share your opinions and make it clear what it is that you want and what worries you. 8. He ought to take time for me from his friend's time, and his family a sacrifice for me. It's crucial to strike a balance in a relationship. Both of you, in order to feel entire again, require some time away from one another. You should individually take a break to spend time with your friends and family on days and at times that you have predetermined and agreed upon. If you treat other connections in your life like you don't care about them, those other relationships will eventually stop caring about you as well. 9. The other person will take care of me financially. Unless you and your better half have a clear agreement from the very beginning, this may be rather an unrealistic expectation for you to have. You should be ready to share your obligations and contribute to the running of your family, in addition to contributing to the fulfillment of other needs and wants. Depending on who in the household brings in the greater amount of money and what agreement is in place. 10. Getting married for the reason that my relationship with the other person will solve all of my problems. It is not a good reason to marry anyone. You are not prepared to be in a relationship if you believe that you still have issues, if you do not feel completely at ease with your current life circumstances, and if you are unable to accept your own truth. Expecting another person to solve all of your problems, whether they now exist or not, is a surefire way to calamity in your life. 11. If we truly care for one another, we should never have to feel the need to apologize to one another. However, maintaining a healthy relationship requires constant forgiveness. On the path of getting to know each other, you are going to run across many roadblocks, stumble, and make mistakes along the way. It demonstrates that you are intentional about maintaining a strong relationship when you articulate your regrets in a loving and welcoming way while also offering an apology for your transgressions. 12. My partner will love my family and friends because of the love for me. We live in a society where many of us belong to dysfunctional families. My partner will love my family and friends because he or she loves me. Simply because you're married does not mean that they automatically has to get along with your family. Having said that, showing respect and etiquette will get you much further. Do not, however, anticipate that they will feel the same way about your family as you do. 13. They will devote An equal amount of time and effort too. Helping us raise our children and taking care of our home. One thing does not automatically equal another. It could be that your job, or their job, requires one of you to spend more time supervising and caring for your children, as well as taking care of your domestic responsibilities and chores. So now is the time to go back to what we had written and evaluate what we had in our mind and understand the myths, what we think it should be, in reality what it is. It's your relationship, it's your, and just be fair to each other after all. We all desire for a beautiful relationship full with love, thoughtfulness, respect for each other and togetherness. That's all one should ask for. What do you desire for? Think. We come to love not by finding a perfect person, but by learning to see an imperfect person perfectly.